Let us discuss with standard ACL. Standard ACL is the basic ACL in which we can only block host and subnetwork only. So filtering is done based on source IP only. So we need to configure standard ACL on a router in such a way that it should be closest to the destination. In that case, we need to identify which one is source and which one is destination. Now syntax to configure standard ACL is that is access a list, and we need to provide ACL number between 1 to 99, then deny or permit keyword and use source IP address. If source IP address is the network ID, then we need to use source wildcard mask. If source IP address is the host, then no need to use wildcard mask. Then we need to configure ACL on inbound interface or outbound interface. So to configure interface on these interfaces, we need to use this command. So choose first inbound interface and outbound interface. So you can apply where to use ACL. Now let us see with the help of practical. Some tasks are given to apply standard ACL. So first task or a requirement is that deny host 192.168.1.1 communicating with 192.168.2.0. In this case, the 192.168.1.1 should not communicate with the network 192.168.2.0. So this specific host becomes source and this particular network becomes destination. In second task, we need to deny 192.168.1.2 communicate with same network, that is 192.168.2.0. So here this one is 192.168.1.0 should not communicate with same network, that is network 192.168.2.0. Third task states that deny the network 192.168.3.0 communicating with same network. So 3.0, this whole network should not communicate with this whole network, that is 192.168.2.0. So in all these tasks we have destination, same destination, that is 192.168.2.0. See, these are the source and these are the destination. Destination is the common. That means we need to apply ACL on a router which is closest to the destination, that is router 2 is very close to the destination. Now in this case, packets are filtering or moving from the different networks, so we need to block these packets coming to 192.168.1.0. that means we need to block the interface gig 0/2, that is outbound interface. This one is the outbound interface of that router, so we need to block it. Let us see with the help of practical. So before applying ACL, whether these host, that is source and destination, communicating or not. So this one is 192.168.1.1, this one is the source and the destination is the users on 2.0, whether they are communicating or not. Let us check. So check is that we need to ping 192.168.1.1. so we are going to ping. So this is also pinging. So again we need to ping 192.168 next source, that is 1.2, it's also pinging. And the third source is that ping 192.168.3.1, that is the host on 3.0 network, it's also pinging. That means all the sources which are pinging with the destination. Now we need to apply ACL on router, that is router 2. Go to CLI mode, enable it, then config T, then apply access -list. Now give ACL number, that is I have given ACL number that is 10 between 1 to 99, that is. Then deny, we need to deny these source host 192.168.1.1, enter. So next source is that on access list 10, deny host 192.168.1.2 happen. Third source is that we have third source is the network. One list 10 deny 192.168.3.0, and in that case we need to provide wildcard mask because it's a network. So all deny statement we have added. Now we need to permit rest host or network because we have blocked these networks, and we need to permit another rest network. So in that case we need to use permit statement, access list 10 permit any. Now the denying and permitting is done. Then we need to apply the ACL on outbound of router 2, that is outbound of router 2 is gig 2.2 gig 0/2. So we need to apply it gig 0/2 and IP access group 10 out. Here we have complete our access list. Now check whether these networks are filtered or not, or blocked or not. So let us ping it from the destination 192.168.1.1. It's not pinging, that is request timeout. That means it's not communicating. Again another source 192.168.1.2, it's also not pinging. Request timeout. It's also not pinging. Next source, that is 192.168.3.1, so it's also not pinging. So the source that we have seen all are not pinging with the destination. That means we have used filtering very well. But rest traffic is communicating or not, let us check. That is, we can ping from 3.0 to 1.0 also. So we can ping from 192.168.3.1 to 192.168.1.1. So reply is coming, that means a race network is communicating to each other, but the statement that we have provided for denying are not pinging or are not communicating. That means we have applied standard ACL. So this is standard ACL that we have discussed with the example. Thank you.